Hey there, good looking. If you are serious about strengthening the muscles of your back, including your postural muscles, your low back muscles, and your biceps, this is the workout for you. I'd love for you to grab a variety of dumbbells as well, because we're going to be performing a type of training technique called drop set training. So we'll start with heavy and then work our way to moderate for the next set. And this is day 11 of our Unstoppable Challenge. Hello, challengers. Now, in addition to an assortment of dumbbells, I'd also love for you to have access to a wall, a chair or a bench, or just something to pop your hand up, as well as some tubing for our warm-up drill. All right? Awesome. Gather your gear and let's get started. All right, are you ready? I hope so. As we warm up, I'm going to chat about the workout and more specifically, how we can use drop set training to push through any plateaus that you may be experiencing with your strength gains. Let's start with some warm-up drills. Feet apart, abs engaged, arm circles. Great job. I hope you're having a wonderful day. This workout is pure strength, so you might not find you get your heart rate up as much as my other workouts, but we are, as I mentioned, going to train the strength of your back muscles and postural muscles. Really important as we age. Unfortunately, we tend to get to this sort of rounded shoulder syndrome, which is not good looking, nor is it good for our backs, shoulders, or necks. Last 3, 2, and 1. All right, now grab that tubing. I'm just using a TheraBand that I got from my physio from one of the many times I've been. I want you to take it center, and you're going to make a letter X and then come center and make a letter, finish the X on the other side. So you may have to sort of walk your hand up and down the tubing, trying to get the desired resistance. As your arms pull down, one's kind of going in towards the side pocket, other one's going up in the air, and we are focusing on moving the shoulder blades together. So our first 2 exercises are what I would actually call a prehab exercise as well. So these 2 movements are going to be great for strengthening areas that can be commonly weak as well as tight in us, causing issues with the shoulders and neck. So we're going to prehab them before they do give you issues and you have to end up in physiotherapy for rehab. This is where you will need access to that wall. Good, let's do 4 more. 4. 3, woo, shoulders getting warmed up. 2, good. 1, excellent. Now take the band and I want you to go a little wider and do full circle behind and back. Good. So walk the hands closer if you're able to, trying to keep those arms straight though. These are called shoulder dislocators, this exercise. Please don't dislocate your shoulder though. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. Perfect. Now bring the tubing in front, wrap it lightly around the hands, and pull tubing towards the chest while we squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bend those elbows, incorporating a little bit of the biceps. Good. Last 4. Abs engaged. Good. I'm just checking. I know they are on you. 1 more. Woo! And shake it out. All right, so here's how today will work. We have 40 seconds of work, 20-second recovery. So longer recovery than we normally do in my workouts because I want you to be lifting heavy. All right, so we need that recovery time for the muscle. The first exercise is called a scapular push-up. So we're working into the scapular region, those up here in the mid-back muscles, as well as the serratus muscle, which wraps around the rib cage. This is a really good shoulder drill. Let's start down. Now you can get into a high plank either from the knees or the toes. Then from here, you're going to push the ground away and separate the shoulder blades and then pull the shoulder blades together. So come on down and join me. Spread the fingers, wrists under shoulders, again on knees if you need to modify. Now not moving at all through the head or the arms. I want you to push the ground away, round those shoulders. Now, bring the shoulder blades together, but don't let those hips sag. So this is a great core move as well. So for those of you that are in the unstoppable challenge, easy for me to say, we are working your core on pretty much every workout. So here's one way I'm sneaking it in for you. Push the ground away, shoulder blades together. push the ground away, shoulder blades together. One more time. All right, now find that wall. We're moving into a wall slide. If you've done my workouts before, we've done this in the past. You want your bum pushed right against the wall. Now bring the shoulders in contact with the wall, neck in line, slide the hands up and down. So back of head is on the wall. Now you're gonna do your darn best to keep the back of the hands against the wall. You might not be able to. For instance, my left, which is always giving me issues, is popping off the wall a little bit, but I'm doing my best, woo, and feeling those mid-back muscles. Woo. Working into the lower traps, shoulders. Oh my goodness me. Now I want you to keep the back of the head, back of the shoulders, tailbone, all resting on your ball as well. Pull the belly button in, keep that low back into the wall. One more, and shake it out. All right, we're gonna do one more of those, and then we should be warmed up, and we'll move into our drop set training. So remember the setup for the scapular push-ups. Hands, fingers wide, wrists under shoulders, knees or toes. Push the ground away around the shoulders. Bring the shoulder blades together. Don't let those hips sag. So I don't want you to move through the hips. So it's not a big range of motion. We're just moving through the scapular region, connecting mind body to these mid-back muscles that are really going to get trained in today's workout. Keep that plank. Let's do two more. Last one. Drop it down. All right, against the wall. Once again, tailbone against the wall. Now, back against the wall, back of head against the wall. Upper arm against the wall, back of hands against the wall as best you can. Slide up and down. Whoa, woo. Now, I've had someone ask me in the past, it was a great question, what's the difference to the seated wall slide or a standing wall slide? I find people can push their low backs into the wall better in a seated wall slide, and we do want the low back anchored in the wall. We don't want your lats kicking in. We don't want the low back kicking in. We want the movement to come through your thoracic spine. Oh, goodness, this is burning. And your shoulders. All right, we got four more here. 4, 3, come on. 2, let's do one more, everyone. 1, whew. All right, tripod row. I want you to grab that chair, whatever we can to pop your hand up. FYI, I'm using a 35-pound dumbbell. Place it in your left hand. Right hand on, row up and release. Let's go. So these are big muscles. They can handle a lot of load. Now, I like this tripod setup. I find it's much easier on people's low backs, including my own. So my feet are apart. My hips are shifted rearward. My right hand that's on the chair is in front of me, not directly below me. When the timer goes, we get a wee break, and then we'll do the right arm. Elbows coming by the rib cage, dumbbells coming up towards the body. One more. Time. So again, I hope you're lifting heavy enough, especially those of you in my over 50 fitness community and my Patreon community. I want to work on your strength this year. Here we go. Right arm. Sit back. Pull. Again, I have a 35-pound dumbbell. See if you can go a bit heavier. Now the next set, we're going to drop it down a dumbbell. And that's what drop set training is. So we start 80 to 90% of our max, or one repetition max, so 1 RM they call it. And then we'll drop it down to 70, 75. Okay? Don't worry, I'm going to coach you through everything. You just listen, do your best, and put a smile on your face. It should be a little bit of fun. Whew. Now we're moving into a bicep curl, okay? Time. All right, so I'm going to grab some 15s. Palms facing you. We have a reverse grip curl. Yeah? Okay, cool. So you're going to reverse grip and lower. So that just means Woo! We keep the palms facing down. Now, at some point, you may see me drop the dumbbells for my left arm because I'm moving on to a full year now of tendonitis in my elbow. So I don't want to flare it up. And I want you to do the same too if you ever have an injury. You don't want to flare it up. You just want to work the muscle, whoop, like right now. And that's it. Time. All right, so we're going to go back into that tripod row, taking it into a lighter dumbbell. So now I'm going to grab a 25. Okay, let's do the left arm again. Right hand in front, neutral spine, hips are up, pull up. If you can go fast with this movement, you're not lifting heavy enough. If you are unable to feel the muscles in your back, shoulder, and arm, you need to lift heavier. If you can lift in perfect form and keep going after the timer has buzzed, you need to lift heavier. We should be able to maintain form, but it's a struggle for these last few reps right here. One more, everyone. Time. Woo. All right, so we got the other arm to do. I'm going to move this 35 out of the way because I won't be using it again. Get it out of the way. All right, let's do the right arm. You ready? Set up, and row. Once again, I really love for these tripod movements, you know, this is what they call a tripod position. We got hand and 2 feet on the ground. I find it is easier on the low back. The next exercise we're going to do won't be using the chair, but then the final one we will use it again. You'll find when you've got one hand too on a bench, chair, or something stable, even a wall actually could help, you will be able to lift heavier. So, last one. All right. Whew. All right, now I'm going to use my 12s for my bicep curl. So, palms facing, reverse grip curls. Keep the elbows under the shoulders. So same as a regular bicep curl, just reverse grip. Curl up and lower. So this is going to hit a little bit more of the extensors in the forearm, which is good news if you're like me and suffer with elbow tendonitis. But if it's too much load, it could flare it up as well. So again, really important that you pay attention to what your body's telling you, drop down in weight or get rid of the weight and do the other arm. Don't worry, you will not create that much of a strength imbalance. You'll get some transference from the working arm to the injured side, and you'll maintain your sanity because you're still exercising. Okay, here we go. 2 more. 1 more. Time. Woo! All right. I'm going to put the 12s here. Now we're going into a reverse fly. So it's a hip hinge. Both arms are flying up, okay? So I'm going to try 15s, and then we'll drop set down to a lower weight. Let's try it. Hip hinge. Bum back. Now, if this is really bothering your low back, you can try here. Take a peek. I've got my chest resting on this front leg, giving me some support. Or, added bonus, if you have an incline bench in your gym area, put yourself on an incline bench. Last one. Whew. All right, we're going to keep these heavier weights if you're able to. And now we have a regular bicep curl. So one that you're really familiar with, palms facing me. You ready? Let's get set up. 3, 2, 1, and curl. Good. Now, as you curl up, we're not swinging the arms. We also have what we call a ready or athletic stance. So feet are hip or shoulder width apart. Knees are soft. Abs are engaged. We're not swinging the arms. We're really planted, and we have a lot of muscles engaged to make sure that we're doing this with strict form. Our second set, we'll drop it down in weight to the reverse flies. I'm going to try my 12s. Let's do one more. Whew. All right, here we go. Ooh, I gotta get some stuff out of the way here. This is the way I roll. Everything's got to be neat and tidy. Here we go. Forward fold, reverse fly, or maybe try the other leg forward if this has felt better for you. Are you like me, where everything has to be really tidy around you? Oh, I'm the worst person to cook with. I'll follow behind you and clean up. Yeah, which can be good, but it also can be a pain in the ass, I hear. PJ, I needed that. Oh, did you? I washed it, sorry. It's back in the cupboard. PJ, where's the measuring cup? Oh, I put it in the dishwasher. Last one. Woo! Time. Oh my goodness me. All right. Oh, we need to keep these. Don't go anywhere with those. I'm going to put it down for a second. It's my grip strength personally when I'm lifting heavy that really gets me. Here we go. Bicep curl. Don't swing. Ready position. Perfect. All right. So our final back exercise, we're going to move back into a tripod stance and work a fly again. So we just did reverse flies, but single arm with a little bit more emphasis on our middle and lower traps. So that's really good news if you have any shoulder issues. Okay, last two. One more, come on. Woo! All right, so we want the thumb pointed away. So take a look how my thumb is on my dumbbell, okay? Now get in your tripod stance, left arm, reverse fly. Whoa. 15 is a little ambitious on my end, but we got this. So with the thumb pointed out, we're just changing the angle of the humeral head up into the shoulder and allowing those lower traps to work a bit more, which can be weak in us and cause some issues with the shoulders. Last two. One more. Oh, time. Whew. Again, it should be a struggle, okay? If it's not, what do you got to do? That's right. Get heavier dumbbells or put them on your shopping list and save your money and go get some. Ready? Right arm, thumb pointed up. So with the tripod, this left hand is kind of in the center of the body, but it's in front of me, all right? The wrist is not right underneath my shoulder. You want some space between your thighs and the chair or bench. So the dumbbell can fit there. Does that make sense? It makes total sense to me, but oh, who knows how it comes out to the other end to you. Time. Who knows? I never know if I make sense. All right, now I'm going to grab my 15s. We're going to do some circular bicep curls. Palm facing me. Curl up into a circle and then circle away. Woo, baby. So curl in, circle away. So we've got a little bit of rotator cuff, a little bit of shoulder stabilizer, especially as we rotate away. The rest of the body is still. Really tight core. We got a lot of core, and you do when you're training with heavier dumbbells. Two more. One more. Oh, time. Woo. All right. We're knocking it down to our 12s only now. All right. Final set. Left arm, thumb pointed away. reverse fly. Let's get the right to support. Thumb up. We're not swinging. We're taking it nice and slow on the way back down. Woo! Last two. One more. Time. Whew, I gotta grab a quick sip. All right, we got the right arm. These moves are also really good to focus on, training up the less dominant arm. Thumb pointed away. Less dominant side of the body. Remember, the only way to get stronger is to apply stimulus to your body that it's not accustomed to. And then it becomes accustomed to that, and then we change the stimulus. There you go. There's 4 years of school right there in that one sentence on how to strength train and get stronger. That also works for endurance as well as mobility and flexibility. You want to apply stress and stimulus to what the body is not used to. Time. All right. Circular bicep curls. So what the body's used to is what we call homeostasis, which is cool. We want that, right? Homeostasis is good. All right. So to get stronger, we want to throw that homeostasis off a little bit, taxing whatever system we're trying to tax. And then it gets stronger because it's been challenged by that new stimulus. It has to adapt. And then as we rest, give it good recovery, it gets stronger, either your muscles or maybe your aerobic endurance, and you get better and fitter. Last two. Ooh, one more. Ooh, time. Woo! All right, you grab a sip of water. Ooh. Oh, that was intense, huh? Yeah. Okay. Grab a sip. We're just finishing off with a couple of minutes of core work because my Unstoppable Challenge people, I promised you core work. So we got it in the strength as well, though, in a more important aspect, actually. We got it by having those abs stabilize our spine as we were lifting heavy. There's no way I could lift a 35-pound dumbbell if my core wasn't engaged and fired up. Same thing with whatever weight you were lifting. So we're going to start with double crunch. If you don't do crunches, Mini-Me is doing a plank. And then we're moving to a Starfish crunch and a Flutter kick. So these are all not osteoporosis friendly exercises. So for those of you with osteoporosis or spinal stenosis, you'll do a plank, Mini-Me's there. Second exercise, a side plank. Third exercise, the other side. We have no rest in between the exercises. It's just boom, boom, and boom. One round. One round of booms. All right. Double crunch. Here we go. Looks like this, by the way. Yeah? Cool. All right. Everybody get down to the mat. You're either in your plank position. You can be on your knees or your toes. If you're with me, hands are light behind the head. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Knees are coming in. Upper body's coming in. Toes just tap that ground. We're not resting them on. We're also not yanking on that poor head. We're curling up, getting the shoulders, maybe the tips of the shoulder blades off the mat, and exhaling every time we curl up. Now, legs straight, arms down by your side, crunch up, tap the toe, other side, The toe's not available, tap the knee. Or side plank. You are going to roll onto this opposite hand a little bit and continue that exhale as you curl up. Time. Woo. Hands underneath the bum, flutter kick or other side plank. When we flutter, we want to lift the shoulders and the head off the mat. You can also give the neck a bit of a break, dropping the head. Legs are just a couple inches off your floor. We're moving through the hips, so keep those knees straight and breathe. This is our last ab exercise. Time. Woo! Straighten those arms, straighten those legs. Nice, easy ab stretch here. Great job, you at home. Well done. Now let's give some of those muscles a nice stretch. Start by the lats. Come onto your knees for me. Open up the knees, big toes together. Bring the thumbs so that they're pointed up to the ceiling. So it's just the side of your hand resting on your mat. And your arms are in a V position. So they're ideally, if you can, mat width. Now let the head drop, arms stay straight, lengthening into the sides of the body, into your lats, as well as into the arms. Couple more breaths. Now lift up off the hips, take that right hand, bring it across now to the opposite side of your mat. Now sit back on your heel, lengthening and focusing just on that right side now. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to me, welcome. I've been in fitness and training women and a few good men over the age of 40 for close to 3 decades. If you'd like to work with me further, feel free to come and join us over on Patreon. There's some information down below for you. Or if you want to take it even up a notch, come and join us on Over 50 Fitness. It's a 14-day trial down below. Come on up, left arm. And release. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. If you're enjoying this video ads-free on the Over 50 Fitness app, make sure you head to our private community and let me know what you thought of the workout. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can do this video a favor by clicking a thumbs up. It helps this video get found by the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for your support. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you next workout. Bye. A little more friendlier on the back than just this static hold. I was doing really well. And then I did the and forgot where I was. Nice.